Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video I'm going to explain the free response questions. My goal is to show you how to write organized answers with full details, especially that most of the questions are multi-step questions. So let's get started. Question number 7. Liam is designing a patio and fountain for his backyard. The fountain will cover 50 square feet. The remaining space will be covered with tiles. If one tile covers 2.25 square feet, how many tiles will Liam need? So in this question, we need to find the total number of tiles. At the beginning, I need to find the total area. So that will be step number 1. Step number 1, finding the total area. Since the shape is a parallelogram, then we're gonna use that formula A equals B times H. Then I'm gonna replace B by its value, which is 14.225. Then the height is given in the question, which is 10. So here, all what I need to do is just to move the decimal point one digit to the right. So I'm gonna get 142.25 squared feet. So it's very important here to show squared units when finding the area. Then step number 2, I'm going to subtract the area of the fountain or the area covered by the fountain, which is given in the question, which is 50. So 142.25 minus 50, which is 92.25. 92.25 squared feet as well. The third step here is to find the number of tiles. So to find the number of tiles, I need to find the area that I need to cover with tiles by the area that each tile, that one tile covers, which is also given in the question, which is 2.25. So 92.25 divided by 2.25. The answer is going to be 41. 41 tiles I need to cover this area. So that's it for that question. Question number 8. Tara and Veronica are making a parallelogram shaped banner for a football game. They will paint the entire banner except for a rectangular section where a photo of the school's mascot will be placed. The photo of the mascot has an area of 6 square feet. If a 16-ounce bottle of primer covers 24 square feet, how many bottles of paint will they need? So in this question, mainly we need to find the number of bottles we need to cover the banner. How many bottles of paint will they need? So what comes to your mind for sure is to find the total area of the shape of the banner. And keep in mind that the rectangular section here is not going to be covered with paint. So we're gonna calculate the total area except that rectangular section, which is 6 square feet. And then we're gonna lastly find how many bottles I need. So this is the plan in our mind. Let's get started. So first step is to find the total area, which is 9 times 8, which is 72. 72 square feet. Then step number 2 is to subtract the area of rectangular section, which is 6, from 72 to get 66 square feet. Finally, to know how many bottles will be used, I need to divide 66, the area I need to paint, by 24, 24 square feet, which is the area each bottle is covering. So 66 divided by 24. The answer is going to be by 24, it's 2 or a 2.75. So that means I need almost 3 bottles. That's the answer. I need 2 bottles, 2 complete bottles, and 75 or 0.75 of the third one. So that means 3 bottles. And that's it for question 8. Question number 9 is quite easy, especially if you understand the previous questions, because there is just a direct request, which is finding the area of the shaded region. So basically, we are going to find the total area first. So this is step number 1, is to find the total area. And the shape is rectangle, so the base times the height, or length times width, is the formula will be used. So the area is going to be here 558 squared millimeters. And then the second step is to find the area of the inner part, which is 13 times 6. The answer is going to be 78. 78 squared millimeters. Finally, to find the area of the shaded region, all what you need to do is to subtract the area of the inner shape from the total area. So 558 minus 78, which is 480 squared millimeters. That's it for this question. Questions 4 and 5 have exactly the same idea. I'll be solving question 4, and I'm going to leave question 5 for you to practice. Question number 4. Julian is going to build a picnic table. The top of a picnic table is shaped like an octagon with sides measuring 2.5 feet. If the wood costs $3.95 per square feet, what is the least he will spend on the top of the picnic table? So in this question, we need to find the total cost as requested here. As requested here. What is the least he will spend? So they need us to find the cost. So the cost to cover the table, we need to find the area of the table. So in order to find that cost, we need to find the area of that table. The table is octagon, and octagon has 8 sides, as you see here. And in addition to that, I can divide the octagon into identical 8 triangles. So the plan is to find the area of each triangle, and then after that, I'll be multiplying that area with 8, since I have 8 triangles. Then I'll find the cost. So finding the cost is going to be the last step. Let's find out. So firstly, find the area of each triangle. This is step number 1, AT, area of triangle. In this case, I'll be using this formula, which is half times base times height, or base times height divided by 2. basically these are the same thing. So half times the base of the triangle, which is 2.5, times the height of the triangle, which is 3.02. The area is going to be here 3.775 square feet, of course. Step number 2, I'm going to multiply that area by 8. So 3.775 multiplied by 8. The total area of the octagon is going to be 100. It's going to be 30.2. So this is the area of the octagon. Of course, don't forget to write the unit, squared feet. Thirdly, let's find the cost. To find the cost, I will multiply the area by the cost of each square foot. So in this case, 3.95 will be multiplied by 30.2. The answer is going to be $119.29. And that's it for question number 4. Questions 6 and 7, I'm going to briefly explain them. In question 6, you need to draw a regular pentagon and use dashed lines to show the ways it can be decomposed. Describe the shape or describe the shapes in the decomposed figures. So a pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. So this is what it's done here. It is just a sketch of a pentagon with 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides as you see. And then what are the ways that I can use to decompose the shape? Firstly, you can decompose the shape into 2 shapes, which are a triangle and trapezoid. So this is one way. What is the other way? The other way is to decompose the pentagon into 5 congruent triangles. 5 congruent triangles, basically because we are dealing with a regular pentagon. So it's very important also to focus here. A regular pentagon is a pentagon with 5 sides and all the sides are the same. Question number 7. Also, I'm going to briefly explain the idea of that question. Here you have 2 polygons. First, you need to count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are 2 octagons. And as we did in the previous question, we need to find the area of each triangle first, and then you're going to multiply the answer by 8 in order to find the total area. And then finally, we will multiply the area of one octagon with 2, since we have two identical octagons. So the final answer that you should reach is 473.2. Hopefully it's clear. Okay, now I'll be solving questions 8 and 9. In question 8, the area of a regular hexagon is about 65 square units. You decompose the figure into 6 triangles. The height of one triangle is about 4.3 units. What is the approximate length of the base of the triangle? So in this question, we are going to reverse the process of finding the area of regular hexagon. Because the area is given, we need to find its side, basically, the side or the base of a triangle. So I'm going to reverse all the steps I do to find the area of hexagon. So let me remind you that to find the area of any polygon, we divide the shape into triangles, regular, of course, congruent triangles. And then we multiply the area of each triangle by the number of them. So now I'll do the opposite. I'm going to divide 65 by 6 in order to find the area of one triangle. So which is in this case is going to be 10.83. 10.83. So 10.83, this is the area of one triangle. Now, I want to find the base of that triangle. Let me do a quick sketch here. This is the triangle and this is the height, which is 4.3. This base is missing. I need to find it. So when we find the area of a triangle, we multiply the height and the base, and then we divide by 2. But now the area is given. So I need to reverse what I'm doing when finding the area. Instead of multiplying by the height, I will be dividing the area by the height. And instead of dividing by 2, now I'll be multiplying by 2. So this is very important. Don't forget to multiply by 2 at the end. So the answer is going to be 5.03, which is approximately 5 units. So that's it for question 8. Question 9. The figure shown is a regular decagon. Okay, decagon. If the parameter is 80 inches, what is the area of the decagon? Write an argument that can be used to defend your solution. Well, I'll briefly explain that question. So what is given here is the parameter. The parameter. The parameter is to add all the sides, or it is the sum of all the sides. So if I want to know the measure of one side, I need to divide 80 by 10. Why by 10? Because this kind of polygon, which is decagon, has 10 sides. So when you divide 80 by 10, you're going to get 8. So each side is 8. If you know each side, you can easily find the area of each triangle. And I know that I'll be having 10 triangles here. So the area of each triangle is half times 8 times 2.3, the height of the triangle. And then that answer will be multiplied by 10 again. Why? Because the shape is going to be divided into 10 triangles. So the final answer is going to be 492 squared inches. So the key in this question is firstly to pay attention that you have the parameter. The parameter is given. Question number 7. The Lagash family needs to rent a dumpster. The dumpsters they can choose from are shaped like rectangular prisms and have the dimensions shown. Which size dumpster is the best value to rent based on the cost per cubic foot? So let's focus on the main request here in this question. You can see that this is what we need to find. Which size dumpster is the best value to rent based on the cost per cubic foot. Cost per cubic foot. This is a keyword. Cost per cubic foot. So I know that cubic foot is always a unit to measure the volume. So there is a ratio here between the cost and the volume. So that's a main keyword or a main sentence, let's say, that tells you what are you going to do. You need to find the volume, and then you need to find a ratio between the cost and cubic foot. So let's see how. So first step, I'll be finding the volume of each size. First, the volume of the small size, and then the volume of the medium size, and then the volume of the large size. And we already know what is the formula used to find the volume of rectangular prism. The formula is going to be height or length times width times height. Length times width times height. So let's get started. Volume of the small size, 16 times 8 times 2, which is in this case 256. Okay. Cubic feet. Don't forget to show your understanding of the units. And then the volume of the medium size, 20 times 8 times 3.5, which is, let me find out. Yeah, it is 560 cubic feet. And finally, the volume of the large, which is 22 times 8 times 5 equals 880. Yes, cubic feet. Okay. Then after that, I need to find the ratio. Cost per cubic foot, that means cost per volume. So the cost of each size will be divided by its volume. So let's find out here. I will divide 204.80 by 256. Okay, I'll get 0.8. And then for the medium, we are going to divide the cost, which is 420, by 560. The answer is going to be 0.75. The last ratio, the cost of the large size, which is 677.6 divided by the volume, which is 880. The answer is going to be 0.77. So now I need to decide which ratio is the smallest. That means which ratio gives the best value. So clearly that ratio is 0.75. Now let's solve question number 8. In question number 8, they want us to draw and label rectangular prism that has a volume less than 100 cubic meters. So that question actually doesn't have only one answer. You may have more than one. This is one of the correct answers. Here, if you try to multiply 2 by 4 by 7, for sure you will get a volume less than 100. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 7 is going to be 56. So also you're going to have many other options for that question. Question number 9. A classmate found the height of the prism shown using the following method. Find the error and correct it. Well, the volume here, as you see, is given. The volume is 1.5 cubic centimeters. The height is missing and we need to find it. We need to find the height. So to find the volume, usually, or actually the method is to multiply the length, the width, and the height. So when you find one of the missing dimensions, you need to reverse that process. So you need to use division. So what the student did is multiplying the volume by the length and by the width, which is not correct, of course. We need to multiply the length and the width, but then we need to use that product in different way. We need to divide 1.5 by the product of the length and the width. So the classmates switched the volume measurement and h in the formula. So the correct value of the height is going to be 0.5 centimeters. So here the correct answer should be written this way. The height equals 1.5 divided by the product of 2.5 and 1.2. The answer that you will get is 0.5.